For a long time, I thought that day trading was one of the coolest facets of the finance industry, and I seriously wanted to make it a part of my career, not as my primary job, but as another way that I could generate an income stream down the line. I tried to learn about it, I studied a lot, and I took it really seriously, and honestly, I never had any consistent success in trading. I made some money sometimes, lost some money sometimes. As of today, I'm not doing it whatsoever, and here's why. Started off day trading in the early days of college. I remember my Scottrade account had $300 in it from like $200 I had put in General Electric stock like 10 years prior from a gift from a parent or grandparent or something. I came across Tim Sykes on YouTube like a lot of people did around 2015, and man, that guy is a terrible person to learn day trading from. I signed up for a silver course at the time. I think I got it for 1 month free and then paid $30 a month for maybe 2 months after that. Basically all I got in that were some really crappy video lessons. Primarily what I was using it for was the chat room that I had exposure to, which was also terrible. It was definitely a classic example of the blind leading the blind. There are a lot of people now in the trading community who will go back and say that Tim Sykes is a scammer and he's a fraud. I don't think those things are completely true, but he's certainly not a good educator, not someone I would ever recommend anyone go to for stock trading advice. I was really trading very low price stocks at the time, just going long, hoping that, I could double my $300 in the course of a day. Had some good trades, had some bad trades. I really don't remember how that count actually ended up. 2 years later, during my junior year of college, I'd still been trading a little bit on and off, not making any money. So I was looking for a more academic approach towards trading successfully. And on Twitter, I found the Trading Fraternity. The Trading Fraternity cost a lot more money. I think it was like $800 a month, but I applied for some kind of scholarship, which was really just them going, okay, sure, you can just pay $600 a month. And I believe I paid that for 2 months. I learned a couple useful things, but realistically, it was probably one of the bigger wastes of money of my lifetime. The Trading Fraternity, in my opinion, was annoying for a few reasons. Number one is they had a small class of like maybe 30 or 50 people, and they wanted us in the course live all day, every day during market hours. Well, I was a finance student at the time, and there was no way I was going to make it into this chat room. Then some days when I was in the chat room, there'd usually be between 5 and 10 people in there. They would kind of like yell at us for not being in the chat room more often, which I'm like, come on, dude. I mean, these people have lives and jobs. We can't be in here all day long. And then some of the people who were doing the teaching in the Trading Fraternity were so much less educated than anyone doing any type of education about financial markets should have been, certainly about stock trading. Like I said, I was a finance student at the time and I'd been trading for a couple years. I knew a few things, and there were so many things that they would say on a day-to-day basis that were just flat out wrong, and I'm listening to this like, what is going on here? I thought this was a legitimate organization. I was just really surprised at how low the quality of the content was, in my opinion, for that program, and I really wasn't learning anything from them. It was wasting money. One good thing, though, that came out of the Trading Fraternity is that they were big on having short-term swing trades, but also long-term buy and hold stocks that you'd hold for like 10, 20 years. I didn't like any of their picks for buy and hold stocks or really their methodologies about coming to them, but they certainly emphasize the fact that successful investors usually are not only day traders, they also have long-term portfolios, and so I had some positive takeaways from those notions. I think I didn't do much trading for the next year there, but then shortly after college, I got into trading options and was extremely excited by the potential to make 10 times your money or 100 times your money in a short period of time. I think this was before Wall Street Bets was getting really popular. I don't think I knew about Wall Street Bets at the time, but I was sort of making some Wall Street bets of my own. I really ran with one single strategy for like 18 months or 24 months, buying puts on the ETF VXX, which I certainly am not recommending to anyone as investment advice. But the rationale was that if you look at the chart of VXX, it decays over time because it's an ETF that's supposed to track the VIX, but to do that, they have to buy futures contracts that roll over at the end of each month. And so they have to sell futures at low prices, buy the next month futures at higher prices. It just slowly results in a decay of the price. And I'm looking at that like, we have an investment vehicle here that's guaranteed to go down over time. Basically, I want to buy puts on this thing. So that works really well, and I made a lot of money until it doesn't, right? Until the VIX spikes and you have way too much of your portfolio in one put option that quickly goes to $0 and you lose everything that you've made doing that so far. I had some bad experiences with that strategy. I still don't think it was a completely flawed strategy, though. I'll probably go back to some form of what I was doing then in the future, but just with much tighter risk controls. So some of that trading strategy was going on while I was studying for the CFA exams. And if you know anything about studying for those exams or you followed me along in that journey, you have no extra time to do anything else. So I wasn't trading very often at all during that period. When I was, it was still some options, usually on stocks, a couple ETFs. I wanted to make big money quick, and I didn't have any successful strategies really at all. Around 2018, I discovered Bao and Alex, Modern Rock and ATO9 Trader on Twitter. They seemed like really stand-up guys that were calling out a lot of the BS in the online trading community, which a lot of it is. And it caught my attention. I saw that they were both making a lot of money, basically just shorting penny stocks. We should cover that point here too, though. The vast majority, and I mean vast majority, of what you see online, whether they're courses on teaching you how to trade or chat rooms or signals that you can buy, so much of the trading community is just a ripoff or it's completely fraudulent. And I just don't understand how that has become to be, because the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, is a very strict organization from my view, and so they govern things like fraudulent pump and dumps and penny stock trading schemes. When it's become so popular that thousands and thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people are signing up for courses or chat rooms and losing a lot of money on to implement trading strategies that they're losing even more money on, because they're kind of getting ripped off by the person hosting that chat room or stock list. I just can't believe the SEC hasn't cracked down on that more yet. And I imagine at some point in the future it will, but take this as a warning from someone who's been following it for like 8-10 years and has paid for a handful of different courses. The vast majority of them are not worth your money. You're going to be ripped off or scammed, and you're really not going to learn any profitable trading strategies. I also had not realized that reality very much so. I mean, I knew I didn't like the Trading Fraternity one, but I thought most of what was out there was still good stuff until I had seen how Alex and Bao were ripping on all of that and pointing out the huge flaws that existed in the trading community, trading industry, whatever. I really liked them and respected them. I wanted to implement some of their trading strategies, but for a long time, like a year, I watched them every day, and they post a lot of their P&Ls online or the tickers that they're trading online and why they shorted them. And I was never able to actually implement any of those strategies. I think there was a good period of time there where I couldn't find a platform that was reliable and also let you short stocks at all, or you had to have more than $2,000 or $10,000 in a trading account, which I didn't. So for whatever reason, I wasn't implementing the strategies that I saw them using and that I thought were realistic, long-term, potentially successful strategies. But then in 2018 or 2019, once I had completed the CFA exams, and I told myself that I wanted to take a couple things more seriously now, like this YouTube channel and trading as another example, they came out with My Investing Club, which is a website or service that offers a paid monthly subscription educational program. And I was super excited by that because, again, these were the two guys that I think I had the most respect for in the entire trading community. I'm not getting paid by My Investing Club, and this is not an endorsement of My Investing Club, but I do think it's probably the best service out there. There are a few others that I'm really curious about too, though, that seem like they're very good. I've heard a lot of good things from other traders, so I might want to try out a couple other services in the future. But I'll tell you, My Investing Club was a great stock trading service. They're very educational. They call out all the BS in the trading industry, and you can really learn a lot, potentially become a successful, profitable trader. It just didn't work out for me, though, not for any fault of their own. The most common strategy that one of the main guys, Bao, uses requires a high quantity of trades, and so you have to be above the PDT limit of $25,000 in the US. I didn't have a trading account with still don't have a trading account with $25,000 in it. So I really couldn't utilize the strategies that he was using. They had various other strategies that many traders had found success with, though, that didn't require that much trading. And they were very aware of that. They said, hey, if you're below PDT, here are the 2 or 3 strategies or types of setups that you should try to trade with. I'll tell you, I treated this very seriously as an educational program, almost like the CFA exams. I studied. I didn't do 3 hours a night like for the CFA, but I was doing 1 or 2 hours a night, watching these video lessons, reviewing trades they had made, making notes, and trying to become a good day trader. I just never found any success. I did it for like 6 months, and I killed 2 accounts, I think each one with about $2,000. I think I lost all $2,000 both times. I have records of all those trades. I have notes on the reasons I picked certain entries and exits. I feel like I was following the formulas that they teach, which are successful formulas, but for whatever reason, I was not having any success with that program. Again, I think it's a good program. It just didn't work out for me. I haven't been doing it for a while now, for at least about a year. Probably the real reason I didn't make any money, though, is not because they had bad strategies. It's just that day trading is so difficult. And even with really good strategies, there are people who only turn over like 55 or 60% success rates, and they try to obviously maximize the dollar value of the successes and minimize the dollar values of the failures. But it's kind of like a casino in some senses, where if you can get like a 51% odds chance at the blackjack table by counting cards, you're going to take bets at the blackjack table. Some trading strategies are not much better than that. They're like 60% odds. Day trading as a general practice is just extremely difficult. It's why 90% of traders fail. I probably believe it's actually more than 90% of traders lose money, and only a small part of the trading community actually makes money profitably. I'll admit, I want to be a part of that small part that makes money profitably in the future. I think day trading is a really cool notion, but it's just not something that at this point in my life or for any point in the foreseeable future I'm going to sacrifice much time and energy to try to learn more about or put more money into these strategies that I know I haven't been able to win with, I haven't been able to be profitable with. So if you're curious about it, I'm not going to be day trading anytime soon, but I wish the best of luck to anyone who out there is trading on a consistent basis. Make sure you're getting a good educational program. You're looking at some of the best setups. You have the good tools that you need to be a profitable trader, because it's so easy to lose money while day trading. For most people, I certainly don't recommend it. There you have it. If you're at this point in the video, it means you watched the whole thing. I appreciate that very much. YouTube algorithm loves the long watch time. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Both of those also help me and the channel out. And again, I appreciate them. So as always, thanks for watching.